Okay, welcome to the American Rambler with your host, Paul Grofton. It seems like quiet quitting has hit China. Okay, this article comes from Reuters. New unproductive forces. The Chinese youth are owning their unemployment. Okay, this one is done by Lori Chen, not Lauren Chen. Okay, now after quitting the education industry last August due to China's crackdown on private tutoring. In other words, he was making money private tutoring, and the major bushy bonds uh, were losing money because they cut out the middleman. He Ajun has found an unlikely second life as an unemployment influencer. Okay, he is a vlogger. He offers career advice to, or she offers career advice to her 8,400 followers, charting her journey through long-term joblessness. Unemployed at 31, not a single thing accomplished. She posted last December. He is now making around 5,000 yuan or 700 per a month. The 5,000 yuan is about an average salary for China uh, through ads on her vlogs, content editing, private consultation, and selling handicrafts at street stalls. I think in future freelancing will be normalized, said. Huh, even he or her, even if you stay in the workplace, you'll still need freelancing abilities. Yep, you're still going to need extra money. I believe it will become a backup skill like driving. China is under instruction to unleash new product forces, with government policies targeting narrow areas of science and technology, including AI and robotics. But critics say it has meant weak demand in other sectors and risks leaving behind generations of highly educated young people who missed the last boom and graduated too late to retrain for emerging industries. Yes, the shift was so quick that the 4 years that they spend in universities are no longer worth it. In other words, even the Chinese universities. Okay, a record 11.7 million uh, university graduates this year face unprecedented job scarcity amid widespread layoffs in white collar sectors, including finance, and Tesla, IBM, and ByteDance have also had their own layoffs. Urban youth unemployment for the roughly 100 million Chinese aged 16 to 24 spiked 17%. And they're not releasing their youth jobless data information because it is too bleak. And now they have 200 million people in gig economy, and it's not growing its overcapacity. You know, even working for DD, which is the Chinese Uber, and then now they have redundancies in government. This one I don't mind, and it needs to be done in the U.S. as well. Not the 5% that China's doing, not the 10% that Trump said he will do, but I think it should be done at 50%. Uh, Meanwhile, analysts say that China's 3.9 million vocational graduates are mostly equipped for low end manufacturing and service jobs. Yeah, those low end manufacturing and service jobs would make a mint in the U.S. under under capitalism, not this socialism. Yalu, a sociologist at Columbia University, estimated about 25% of college graduates aged 23 to 35 are in jobs below their academic qualifications. Well, it looks like Charlie Kirk is even right in China. Many of China's nearly 48 million university students are likely to have a poor starting salary and contribute relatively little in taxes throughout their lifetime, said one Chinese economist. That's not to be named because of the sensitivity of the issue. Although they cannot be called a lost generation, it's a huge waste of human capital, the person said. Okay. Yeah. And so, what did we do to get out of the depression? Well, we killed a 500,000 of our labor force. So, as Tim Pool is suggesting, and a lot of other people are suggesting, is there might be number three coming up. Now, Anna Wang, 23, quit her state bank job in Shenzhen this year due to high pressure and frequent unpaid overtime for a salary of 6,000 yuan per month. I was doing three people's jobs, she said. Her ex colleagues complained about widespread pay cuts and transfer positions with unmanageable workloads, effectively forcing them to resign. Uh, and so now works as a CV editor and mystery shopper. Yeah, I'm going to have one of those people over here. As a July briefing for foreign diplomats about an agenda saying economic meeting policymakers said they had been quietly urging companies to stop layoffs. One attendee told Reuters Olivia Lin, 30, left the civil service in July after widespread bonus cuts and bosses hinted at further redundancies. Four district level bureaus were dissolved in her city of Shenzhen this year, according to public announcements. The general impression was the current environment isn't good and fiscal pressure is really high. Lin now wants a tech job. She has had no interview offers after a month of searching. This is completely different from 2021 when I was guaranteed one job interview a day. Shout out to Shut out of the job market and desperate for an outlet, young Chinese are sharing tips for surviving long-term unemployment. The hashtags unemployment diary, and laid off received a combined 2.1 billion views on Jiangsu platform he uses. Users describe mundane daily routines, count down the days since being fired, share awkward chat exchanges with managers, or dole out advice, sometimes accompanied by crying selfies. The increasing visibility of jobless young people increases broader social acceptance and reduces stigma surrounding unemployment, said Columbia Lu, allowing otherwise isolated youth to connect and perhaps even redefine what it means to be unemployed in today's economic climate. Lu said unemployed graduates understand blaming the government for their plight would be both risky and ineffective. Rather, she said they were more likely to slip into an internalization of discontent and blame or lying flat. The employer, thinks graduates should lower their ambitions. If we haven't indeed entered garbage time, then I think young people could accumulate skills or do something creative, such as selling things via social media or making handicrafts. Okay, so uh, all right, this has been the American Ramblers signing off. Don't forget to click below.